Howdy folks, this is your Real Fake Outsider artist, Manic coming to you from the bunker system located underneath the art villa, found somewhere in the jungles of the Midwest. And what day is it today? It's painting day. I just get ahead of myself because I'm usually just full of nervous energy. I make all this up as I go along, folks. Sometimes I'll make a couple of videos a day. If I wait, put it up the next day, it'll just get in the way of the next idea. So there's actually 2 videos today. So what do I got for now, for today? In painting, the world of painting, well, it's the 3rd installment of Penis Man. Well, I know. You know, there have been like little hints of like, you shouldn't do this sort of thing. But then there have been other hints that this is pretty funny and I like it. But I want more of it. Fun art. Not fine art, fun art. New characters. One of the, here's her YouTube handle, right here. And I watched one of her videos yesterday and she was trying to come up with a nickname. And I suggested that nicknames find you. And even if you come up with your own nickname, somebody else just suggests one to you, it's usually something that's going to find you. So I'm sure she'll figure it out. She's quite a delightful person, and it's nice to have feminine touch in this manly world of manly men doing manly folk art. Welcome to, there you go. And this was her suggestion, by the way. Prostate Blob. Prostate Blob. Well, I put man on the end of it. Prostate Blob, man. Well, he's a blob, so how can he be a man? Well, we're kind of sticking man on the end of everything, except for a preggo woman. Prostate Blob, man. He weighs, it's just a blob. He weighs 75 to 100 pounds, and he sneaks in your apartment or your home at night when you're trying to sleep. And he sits on your private parts and tries to do things to them. Well, it takes a long time for him to do his evil deeds. And in the meantime, you're going to feel like 100 pounds of purple blobbiness, like jello, on your bed and on your private parts. So you just brush them off into the floor. And the trouble is that he can reconstitute himself, but he leaves a stream of purple crap. It's really hard to clean out of your carpet. Usually it leaves a stain. So the worst thing Prostate Blob Man does is leave a purple stain on your sheets and on your carpet. So there you go. But also in this painting, I introduce Penis Man's dog, Neuter. He wears a little mask. Penis Man's dog, Neuter. So the next arch villain, and this is just, I have to warn you if you want to turn the channel with a vile creature. This is a vile character. I was watching the TV the other day, and there's a show about planets and how many planets in our solar system have rings, and they got to Uranus, and of course the old joke Uranus. It's like Uranus, it just fit. I don't even know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I just came up with this character, a really fat slob that has this flimsy purple ring around his private parts. It's just a ring of like flimsy silk or nylon or something. It doesn't kind of cover up anything. I just have it tastefully positioned here so you can't see anything. So not only is he like, he's just a slob, he's an exhibitionist. And I'm not going to even go into what his superpowers are. Let's just say all he eats is beans, like lame fart, sayings. Like every superhero has a tagline, like it's a plane, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's super person. I dealt it! Whenever he jumps into a room someplace, crashes into a room, there's a big gaseous yellow cloud, and he screams, I dealt it! Because he's killed a tree, leave on the ground, and a poor bird. And not to be, and since there are 2 other villains came to mind at the same time, I just wrote them down. Sometimes Uranus Man teams up with the Sphincter, and sometimes he teams up with Spastic Colon Man, whose superpowers are yet to be flushed out. The super giant Penis Man painting. This is Penis Man, the historical Penis Man, episode number 3. The entire story of how Penis Man, basics, of course you could expand on it, but the basics of where he came from. And this illustrates what I wrote. So I know you don't have anything else to do with your time, so basically I'm just going to read the history of Penis Man. If I go over 10 minutes, I'll just have to split this in 2. So here, I'm just going to read it. Born to Miss Violet Ray in 1962 in a burlesque theater in downtown Hick City. He was a bastard. He didn't have a father. Okay. Penis Baby is stuck in a cardboard box by his mother and left in the lobby of the Acme Bus Company in Hick City. It's in the rain and the fog of the night. It was a horrible night. In the rain and the fog of the night, the box is thought to be a parcel which is due to be shipped south. So he's in this cardboard box, and somebody saw a label and thought, oh, this needs to go south. So he's in fact shipped south on the bus to Disneyland. That's Disneyland. Disneyland, right there. And yes, indeed, that's what you think it is, only it's like the third-rate knockoff and a roadside attraction. They got alligators and a few rides. Okay, this is 1962. It was probably a dying sort of freak carnival, amusement park down there south. He was left in the box on the workbench of the animatronic repair guy, known as the Doctor. That's right, the Doctor. Baby penis is mistaken for a fake little person robot, like an animatronic, okay? A prop due to be installed in It's a Small, Small, Tiny Little World. Okay, that's enough of that. Stop that. The Doctor is an ex-Nazi SS scientist, who else, who worked on reverse engineering wrecked UFOs in Nazi Germany. But mostly what you get when you reverse engineer wrecked UFOs is another wrecked thing. Well, that figures. Nazis are sticklers for precision. But the Doctor was able to build copies of alien flashlight batteries before he was fired for building all that wreck stuff. Nonetheless, a lot of folks went without coffee breaks and overtime pay in the Nazi UFO factories, so the Doctor had to run away. So he ran away to the U.S. I'm getting real tired of standing up. Installs one of these alien technology batteries into this baby, missing his ass by a pubic hair called Ass Man. No, the baby is installed into the Small Tiny Planet exhibit and forced to sing that song over and over and over. Until he turns 13. He turns 13 years old. Basically his whole childhood spent being an animatronic. At this time he, finally, escapes somehow the grip of the Doctor, and he hitchhikes to the desert where he gets caught in an atomic bomb test. That's right, an atomic bomb test. How original. What you got now is a 13-year-old boy with an alien flashlight battery stuck in his Peter, a radioactive porno magazine stuck up his ass, raised by a Nazi UFO scientist, forced to work in a horrible carnival ride, now raising up for the ashes of the gamma ray pile of neutron things to become Penis Boy. What's the motivation to be good, you ask? Apparently he's had a really horrible life up until now, so what's the motivation to be good? Well, I questioned that myself as I wrote this. Apparently not much. I can't think of anything really. But this is what makes a good story, because now he'll have the struggle between the good and evil in himself. The motivation between good and evil, well, here's all this stuff. There's the Nazi side, the Doctor, the UFO, reverse engineer the UFO, Disneyland. This is a scenario I included to show the moral struggles, an example of the moral struggles that Penis Man gets himself into, having had such a horrible life, and you would just want to do bad things just because you were never allowed to, I don't have any idea, I'm not a psychologist. Anyway, in this example, Penis Man is up against the arch villain, underaged whip girl. That's right, the arch villain, underaged whip girl. And she's saying, I'm an evil villain, please punish me. Penis Boy, spank me. How do you just, there's a moral problem here, obviously, underage whip girl. But what are you going to do? She's a villain, and she's asking to be spanked. I mean, not that there's anything disgusting on here, it's just little strings of hot glue.